I'm kidding, just like, takes one to know one, so don't worry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. They were like, look, that is not very fun. You want, one for him. He's gonna put it on. I really, okay, now. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. No, we're ready.
All right, if I can go ahead and call the meeting to order Monday or Tuesday, sorry, September 2nd, legislative session meeting to order at 5:30 PM. If I could please get everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag,
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and I'm going to remind the council of our shared beliefs of being open and honest, and that'll move us directly into roll call.
Chair Bowman,
Present.
Vice Chair Perry,
Present.
Councilmember Beinecker,
Here.
Councilmember Campbell,
Present.
Councilmember Malay, Councilmember Camacho, Councilmember Morton.
Present.
Let the record show the following staff are in attendance: City Manager Albert Tripp, City Attorney Dan Gibbons, Fire Chief Mitch Metzger, Police Chief Brad Richmond, Parks and Rec Director J.C. Kennedy, Public Works Director Catherine Miller, Corporal Adam Johnson, Officer Jacob Proctor, Finance Director Tara Moses, Assistant Clerk Treasurer Tanya Dashiell.
All right, thank you. Council, what would you like to do about Mr. Malay's absence?
Move to excuse.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Have a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? That passed unanimously. All right, that'll move us on to tonight's agenda approval. I'm being told there's no changes. So council, what would we like to do about tonight's agenda?
Move to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? All right, I have a second. Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments? I see, and you got, who seconded that? Okay. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, tonight's agenda is approved. And I don't see any call for any announcements or presentations. That'll move us directly into council reports. Floor is yours, sir.
Last Tuesday, I gave testimony before the Board of County Commissioners. The topic being getting clean water, safe water to the West Plains. And I guess my job was to try and, sway the other council members to vote yes, to allow Commissioner Al French access to their legal department, because Al's not an expert guy on water or the legal issues involved. And so some of the other, commissioners were not allowing him access to the legal department. So anyway, I gave my usual Academy Award performance, and Amber Waldrop was absent, but all the commissioners voted yes. It's the legal department to try and help us all get, water up here. That way we can chart our own growth and our own future. That's it.
All right, anything else?
I just want to add, I really appreciate that you did that for the West Plains, Hank. I appreciate that you did that for the West Plains, Hank. Thank you for your good work.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say the same thing. I mean, Al's been trying to work on getting a new water source up here, and I think we spoke about it well over a year ago. I'm just trying to get something up here, so thank you. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Anything else? All right, that moves on to staff reports. I don't have anything.
Mr. Tripp,
One brief reminder and then one item I just wanted to comment on. Council, as a reminder, on September 15th, you are scheduled to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. This will be over at the new fire station with the Washington State legislative delegation. So we're purposely trying to make the agenda light for that evening. We're also advertising that the meeting will take place at the fire station. That way, it'll save you time from having to end the meeting here and then move over there. There'll be light refreshments available, or actually, I think they're heavy refreshments available at the location as well. And then lastly, I just wanted to thank Councilmember Beinecker, Councilmember Morton, and Councilmember Malay. Thank each of you for attending the event this weekend. Sunset Park, lots of fun. It's great to see you there in support of it. But yeah, wonderful event. And hats off to Chief Richmond and Elise Minotti for their work on putting that on to help build bridges in the community, build relationships with the Marshallese members living within the community and actually outside of the community as well. That concludes my report.
Mr. Gibbons, do you have a report?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Chief Metzger?
Mr. Chair and Council, just a quick update on our Spokane County Emergency Management Department. The county commissioners are directing the director, Deputy Director Chandra Fox to cut her budget by $192,000. She already has limited staff, and these cuts are going to impact our whole community greatly. The biggest thing that's going to impact us is their ability to help us in an incident. If Chief Richmond and I have some sort of an event here, right now they have a duty officer that works 24 hours a day. We can get a hold of them. They can send resources up to us, up to and including road barricades and Santa cans if that's what we needed. That it takes that pressure off of us. The other thing they do for us that's huge is they would open up an EOC and help staff that and help us. Some of us would fill those roles in certain areas, and they would have people to help us guide us through those things. So these cuts are really detrimental, not only to the city of Airway Heights, but to the whole community. And so my ask is for you to get a hold of our county council and try to help use your most eloquent elevator speech, Mr. Beinecker, to convince them to not make these cuts, or at least make them less. And I do have a letter from Chandra that I've shared with Mr. Tripp, that if you guys would like a copy of it, I can send it out to you. Has a little PowerPoint with it that gives you a little bit more information. Any questions for me?
Absolutely, Chief. If you could send that out to us, that'd be great.
Yeah. It's very important for us now. When we were talking a couple weeks ago about opening our own EOC, timing is everything. So we should be looking at opening our own, because right now we're not going to have one available to us if the county follows through with these budget cuts. End of report.
Anybody have any questions for Chief?
Mitch, you got any good news or?
There's kind of refreshments. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Heavy.
I didn't want you to leave on a sour note,
It's a question. Is this something that's just looking for the worst case scenario? Have we used their services that are going to be cut in the past?
Yes, we have.
That
We have.
So for example, the most recent was during our water crisis.
Yep.
We had them come up. We opened a modified EOC. They helped us work through those. We were preparing a declaration of a disaster. They would help us with all that language and the proper routing of all those things.
Good to know.
Well, if we set up our own, is this something that we can, I mean, what type of funding does it take? And, where would we, or is that something that you guys haven't even discussed yet?
The
I mean,
funding.
where
for
the
our
funding
own-
would come?
So what we're looking at right now is trying to build one into the new police station, make it part of that structure.
Yeah.
So the emergency generator that we talked about would run that. There's a lot of parts and pieces that go into it. It's a room that doesn't get utilized for a lot of things until we need it. And then it's one of the most important rooms
Chaotic,
in
yeah.
in the whole place. What we really need at that point is extra computers and copy machines and monitors to be able to keep an eye on what's going on, radio systems and those kind of things.
Oh, he's just recording. I think my only question is, have we tried to see if there's any, funding options available for either emergency management grants or anything from state or federal?
Right now, federally, the Emergency Management Act did provide a lot of funding, but currently our administration has cut all that funding, so that's impacting her as well.
Yeah.
So those things aren't necessarily available for us either.
Yeah, hopefully they get some funding sources
And
back.
we've talked to Elise. Elise is aware of it, and so she's looking to see if there's anything out there that she can find that would help us create ours.
Yeah, and that's also why it's super important for us to keep a delegate, contact with our state and federal delegates. So anytime that we can talk to them to see what's coming down the pipeline is super important.
All right,
I don't have anything else for you, Chief. Anybody else?
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Chief Richmond.
Good evening, Chair and Council. I am wanted just to elaborate a little bit more on our thing on Saturday. A great amount of community sponsors and Elise Minotti, our West Plains Victim Services team, our lead. We just had a great team collaboration to bridge the gap in community. I think the WIN network was the biggest it's ever been. I think they had 1,000 people register at the network to get the giveaway from the Amazon giveaway that they got. So we had a lot of people in need that were serviced that day. So it was an amazing event. Albert and I spent a lot of time in the dunk tank, as well as did Lieutenant Keith for donations. So a lot of kids had a lot of fun. So it was a great opportunity. I just wanted to take a moment to thank our community for the public safety levy. As a result, today I gave one of our new members a new vehicle, a new public safety vehicle. In addition to that, we hired our fourth officer today, and I'm proud to bring him forward to you and introduce him to you today. His name is Officer Jacob Proctor, and I'll have him come up and say hello to you.
So the chief didn't say it, but 3 to 5 minute impromptu speech, live story. We're ready.
Long speech for you guys. I just wanted to introduce myself. Chief asked me to come down and say hi. Officer Jacob Proctor. I did 8 years of service over in Coeur d'Alene. My family and I had moved down to the Phoenix area September of 2023 to pursue a business, and then I ended up moving back, chomping at the bit to get back into the community and help out. Chief's graciously given me an opportunity, and I look forward to it. Got a lot of experience that I bring to the table as an FTO. I was on our SWAT team over there for 6 years. I was also an SRO for 3 years. And yeah, I'm excited, ready to get to work. And I look forward to working with and for you guys.
You had the pleasure of working with Joe Schulten, huh?
Oh, he's a good friend.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, well, welcome.
Mr. Kennedy. Ms. Miller.
Good evening, Chair Bowman and Council. Just wanted to give you a quick update on our Craig Road spot repair. Like I mentioned the last time we talked, it's a pretty dynamic project. We are out to bid as of the 28th of August. We're looking to open bids on September 12th. We would come to council on the 15th. It's going to be a little out of your usual schedule, but I want to at least give you an update on the 15th. And we hope to have a signed contract in front of you at your September 22nd study session. That is both the contract, hopefully, that we can move forward, as well as the work order we would need with Century West to help us out with the project management of the project. So still ahead of us in terms of what those bids come in at. Obviously, this late in the year and with everything else going on, we don't know where we stand until the bids open, but we'll report back on the 15th. Any questions? Thank you.
Corporal Johnson. Ms. Moses.
No report. Thank you.
I just wanted to share our new utility clerk started today and we've got her up and going. She's excited to learn lots of new things. So I'm glad to have her on board to have at least 3 months of hands-on training before our next utility clerk retires. So,
Awesome. All right. Is that good for staff reports? Okay. No calls for a public hearing. Item 9 is going to be the consent agenda. Item A for the consent agenda is the approval of minutes from the August 18th city council meeting. Item B is going to be from the August 25th meeting. And that is it for the consent agenda. Council, what would we like to do about item?
Move to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. All right, any questions or comments about the consent agenda? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that passed unanimously. That'll move us on to our action items for this evening. Items 10, item C for our meeting items, Recreation Center Fire Suppression Repairs. Mr. Kennedy, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Chair and Council. Staff is requesting City Council consideration to approve a list of defects that were identified during our 2025 annual fire inspection for the Recreation Center. We have identified $6,776.95 in repairs that need to be made by McKinstry. The source of these funds will be the admissions tax fund. So this will have no impact to the general fund.
All right, thank you. Council, what would we like to do about the Recreation Center Fire Suppression Repairs?
Move to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Thank you, Mr. Camacho. Any further questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? That passed unanimously. Item D is going to be the general facility charges for the Airway Heights Recreation Center. Mr. Kennedy, the floor is yours again.
Thank you again, Chair and Council. Staff is requesting City Council consideration to authorize the use of REIT 1 funds for the payment of the general facilities charges associated with the Airway Heights Recreation Center. Believe the current balance in REIT 1 is $879,500. And the total for the GFC charges is $286,483.
All right, council, what would we like to do about the GFCs for the Airway Heights Rec Center?
Move to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Camacho. Any questions or comments for Mr. Kennedy? Not seeing any, and I know we went over this extensively in the study session last week, so I want to thank you for bringing it forward. All those in favor? That too passed unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Now to move us on to ordinance. This is going to be the second reading of ordinance C-1097, Order 2 Budget Amendment. Mr. Shield, the floor is yours to read that in the record.
thank you. Ordinance C-1097, an ordinance amending ordinance C-1039 passed by the City Council on December 2nd, 2024, and entitled an ordinance of the City of Airway Heights, Washington, adopting the budget for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. There have been no changes since the first read.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shield. Since this is our second read, we'll go ahead and ask if there's anybody who would like to bring a motion forward.
Move to approve ordinance C-1097.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Camacho. Appreciate it. Any questions or comments? Who? Okay, and then you got Mr. Okay. Mr. Malay, we just brought up the second reading of ordinance C-1097 for the Q2 budget amendment. We just read it into the record and we are getting ready to take a vote on it. Do you have any questions on this banner? Take that as a no.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a motion. I have a second. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right. That passed unanimously. That'll move us on to item 12, the Transportation Benefit District, approval for the TBD audit expense. Mr. Shill, the floor is yours again.
Thank you so much. When the state auditors were here a couple weeks ago, for transparency, they asked or requested that any expense that we have out of the TBD have action taken by council as transparency. So this is the expense before you is the audit that she was just here to perform. So this cost is $1,112.80. We have already paid it from the TBD, but this is your approval for transparency to the state auditors.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. Council, what would we like to do about resolution for the approval of the TBD audit expenses?
Move to approve.
Have a motion. Do I have a second? I have a second. Thank you, Mr. Camacho. Any questions or comments? Not seeing any. All those in favor? All right, that too passed unanimously. Citizen comments. So I only have one that signed up. Ms. Kelly, if you would like to come forward and address the council, typically we give 2 to 3 minutes. We try to keep it to what's on the agenda, but we also understand that, you know, you guys have limited time to get in front of the council altogether. So the floor is yours. I'll give you a couple minutes. And if you have any questions or anything that we can follow up with afterwards, I'm more than willing to have a conversation on the side.
Go.
Floor is yours.
I'm Jackie Kelly. I live at 10422 West 9th Avenue, kind of behind Walmart and down a little ways in a new housing development. The pathways in the park. We have a great granddaughter who's 4 years old. She loves to play in the park, and we always go to play with her and stuff. My husband is 83 years old, and we also went to the thing in the park this last weekend. And not only my husband, but we saw other people tripping on the broken pathways. And I was wondering, is that ever going to be fixed? We did talk to somebody that has talked about this before, and he said that you guys voted it down, but it really should be fixed. Somebody is going to get hurt really bad, like my husband. If I hadn't been holding his hand, he would have fallen. And he takes blood thinners, and his blood platelet count is only 50,000.
Yeah.
An adult male is supposed to be anywhere between 150,000 and 400,000. My husband's only 450. So he could actually bleed out pretty bad. And I would really like that not to happen. So I would like to know what would cost be to fix those pathways. And if not now, it could be more expensive in the future. And how would it impact the taxes of the community?
Mr. Kennedy, if you would like to address this. This is our Parks and Rec Director, J.C. Kennedy.
So thank you. Yes, this has been a high priority project for the Park and Recreation Department since we updated the Park and Recreation Master Plan in 2021. So it's not a matter of just as a correction. It wasn't something that the city council voted down. We did submit a grant application in 2023 to the Washington State Recreation Conservation Office to address the complete reconstruction of that pathway. We were not awarded a grant. It was not even in the ballpark of being competitive for that.
Mm-hmm.
Subsequently, since then, we have had a couple of citizen complaints similar to what you're presenting to the council tonight. We have my parks and facilities maintenance supervisor has reached out to a local company, C&H Asphalt, for what could be done to address that. And as we're preparing our budget, it would be one of the capital facilities I would be asking for consideration from the city council, that instead of redoing the entire pathway to address the sections that are the worst are up along King Street and then along the home run fence of the ball field and the third base corner of the foul line of the home run fence are the areas that are the worst. And what we're asking for from the company is instead of completely tearing it out and rerouting it, to come in and do a light grind and just pave over it. The reasoning behind that is that the trees that are there at the park are mature now. So those roots aren't going to be any more invasive than they are today. They're not going to keep growing and keep heaving that. So what we hope that will do is it will raise the entire pathway 3 to 5 inches, but it will get us back to a uniform flat surface. So that is, again, that's something that's a high priority for us. We do have it identified. It's been identified for quite a while. It's just coming up.
And
with
you
what
know
it
my
is.
husband.
I do. I know them both very well. They are frequent flyers at the recreation center.
6 days a week.
Me and her husband have races.
Yeah.
Hey, JC, have we identified those? In other words, like, have we highlighted that area with?
We do paint them yellow.
Yeah, okay.
Several times a year.
At least you can
To
see it.
Highlight it so you can see it coming.
Yeah.
But I agree with everything that she said 100%. They are, me and my wife went for a bike ride on Sunday, and even trying to ride a bike over that, they're just, it's bad. And that's why it's a high priority for
How
us.
soon do you think we're off from
Mhm.
getting that done?
We have 2 preliminary, I'm not completely satisfied with the scope of the estimates that we got. Because there are, if we're going to spend significant amount of money addressing those, I would rather come out and do a legitimate walkthrough with the contractor, because we have some other areas, for instance, that just some of the sections where there's 2 and 3 inch gaps in, and we could work with Public Works and do that. But when a gap gets that, she already left. When a gap gets that large, it's kind of beyond the seal coating that they do in most cracks, like what they just came up and did at the rec center again. So I would prefer, I think, just again, while we're doing this investment, I think we'd be better off having them maybe remove that section and doing a more thorough overlay. I just want to make sure that when we do this, we're addressing all of the sections that need it. And I know that we've had some issues with all of the work that the telecommunications companies have been doing at the water tower. I want to make sure that we do a thorough inspection of that area up around the water tower. The equipment that they bring in is so heavy that it's caused parts of the pathway there to kind of cave in. And I think we'd be remiss to making this investment and then missing a couple of spots. I just want to make sure that we cross all our T's.
What's your target date? Give me a guess.
With the situation that's going on with asphalt companies right now, I think our best option would be something to kind of wrap that up through this year. And if we could get bids and get ready to put it out. And I don't even know, we kind of look at whether or not we could utilize our small works roster, or if it would be something that would have to be a formal bid. But when companies are hungry in November, early December is the best time to bid a project like that, and then get it executed first thing next year so it's ready for next summer.
Okay.
And it would not impact taxes.
Oh, good.
We try not to do that as much as possible. But no, that path, I mean, if you're riding a bike, you can almost double those gaps.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
the beach cruiser.
Yeah.
Those went down on my bike.
No, especially behind the home run field.
Are we supposed to come talk to you about that?
Most people don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the update, Mr. Kennedy. I mean, Ms. Kelly, is there anything else that you would like to address with council at this time? Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming out. Thank you for your time, and yeah, I look forward to seeing it on our,
It's.
Thank you for your time.
It's neat.
oh yeah, no, that thing's been needed for quite a while. Thank you, ma'am. All right, if there's no one else online or anywhere who would like to address council at this time, we'll move on. No calls for any workshops, no call for an executive session. That means we will adjourn the meeting at 5:59 PM. Thank you, everyone.